Let's rank the 4 Sex and the City women from poorest to richest. And we're not just looking at salaries. We're looking at their careers, apartments, spending habits, and overall net worth. So let's start with number 4, Carrie Bradshaw. Now don't get me wrong, Carrie isn't poor, but compared to the other 3 women, she's almost definitely in last place. Carrie seems to come from a pretty ordinary background. We never hear about family money, trust funds, wealthy parents, or anyone helping her financially. The series reveals that she was raised by a single mother after her father left when she was young. Education-wise, it's a little unclear. A college education is implied, but no university or degree is ever confirmed in the original series. Career-wise, Carrie writes a newspaper column, does occasional magazine work, and later publishes books. In New York around the late 1990s and early 2000s, a columnist like Carrie was probably making somewhere between $80,000 and $120,000 a year. Carrie also had another major financial advantage. She lived in a rent-controlled apartment on the Upper East Side, allowing her to pay far less than most people would have paid for a similar apartment in the same neighborhood. That gave her a rare opportunity to enjoy Manhattan living without the enormous housing costs many New Yorkers faced. Later in the series, while Carrie and Aiden are engaged, the building is converted into a co-op and the apartments are put up for sale. Planning for a future together, he purchases Carrie's apartment as well as the neighboring unit so they can combine the 2 spaces into one larger home. But when the engagement falls apart, Carrie suddenly finds herself in a difficult position. Aiden offers her the chance to buy the apartment back. But if she can't afford it, she'd lose the home she's lived in for years. For the first time, her spending habits collide with financial reality. Despite years of earning a good salary and paying below market rent, she doesn't have enough money for the down payment.
Sorry, Miss Bradshaw, but you are not a desirable candidate for a loan.
Which raises a pretty obvious question. Where did all the money go?
Why do you have to take the bus if you're on the bus?
My thoughts exactly.
Well, Carrie enjoys spending it. Designer shoes, designer clothes, shopping, restaurants, cocktails, taxis, all the little luxuries that make New York life feel glamorous. In fact, Carrie basically explains her own financial situation when she says,
Exactly. I like my money right where I can see it, hanging in my closet.
And she's not kidding. She realizes she owns around $40,000 worth of shoes. The problem is that shoes aren't helping her buy an apartment. Her money isn't in savings. It isn't in investments. It's sitting in her closet. Fortunately, Charlotte offers to help, and Carrie is eventually able to purchase the apartment. At the time, an apartment like hers was probably worth somewhere between $400,000 and $600,000. And that purchase ends up being one of the smartest financial decisions Carrie ever makes. Because for the first time, she owns an asset that's actually building wealth. Without the apartment, her net worth would probably be surprisingly low. With the apartment, she suddenly has real estate equity and a much stronger financial foundation. That's why I estimate Carrie's net worth at roughly $100,000 to $300,000. Not because she didn't earn good money, but because she spent most of it on lifestyle instead of assets. Now let's move to number 3, Miranda Hobbes. Miranda is basically the exact opposite of Carrie. She appears to come from a solid middle-class family. No trust fund, no wealthy connections, no old money background. Everything about Miranda suggests she earned her success herself. She's a Harvard Law graduate and becomes a corporate lawyer in Manhattan at the time the show takes place. Top New York lawyers could easily earn between $150,000 and $500,000 a year, depending on seniority and partnership status. Miranda's apartment is also one of the most impressive in the group. It's noticeably larger than Carrie's and Samantha's. She lives on the Upper West Side in a spacious apartment that was likely between $1 million and $1.5 million. During the show's run, unlike Carrie, Miranda actually behaves like someone planning for the future. She saves. She invests. She buys property. She thinks long-term. My estimate for Miranda's net worth is between $2 million and $4 million. Coming in at number 2, we have Samantha Jones. Samantha's roots appear to be far more modest than those of some of her friends. The series suggests she grew up in a working or middle-class family in the American South, even mentioning a teenage job at Dairy Queen. Her educational background is never confirmed. Unlike Miranda, whose academic achievements are a major part of her identity, Samantha's success appears to come almost entirely from ambition, confidence, networking, and experience. The series strongly suggests that she built her career from the ground up, rather than through educational opportunities or family connections. Samantha isn't just a highly paid public relations executive, she owns her own firm. That's an important distinction because she's not simply earning a salary. She's building a business with value of its own. A successful PR agency owner in Manhattan during that era could have earned somewhere between several $100,000 a year, possibly much more. Her apartment isn't as large as Miranda's, but it's stylish, modern, and in trendy Manhattan neighborhoods. I'd estimate its value somewhere around $800,000 to $1.5 million, depending on timing and location. But Samantha's biggest asset isn't her apartment. It's her business. The company itself has value. And unlike a salary, a business can be sold. Samantha also spends a significant amount of money on beauty treatments, designer clothing, luxury travel, and the upscale lifestyle she enjoys. But unlike Carrie's spending, many of these expenses can be viewed as an investment in her personal brand. In the world of public relations, image matters, and Samantha understands that maintaining a glamorous, successful image is often part of the job itself. My estimate for Samantha's net worth: between $3 million and $6 million. And finally, number 1, Charlotte York. Now here's the funny thing. Charlotte might actually have the lowest salary of all 4 women, but she still ends up the wealthiest. Charlotte was raised in a wealthy, traditional Episcopalian family in Connecticut and represents the classic upper-class East Coast upbringing. She attended Smith College, where she studied art history, a natural fit for her eventual career in the art world. Good schools, good manners, country club energy, art world connections. She fits naturally into wealthy social circles long before she marries anyone. Professionally, she's an art dealer, a respectable career, but probably earning somewhere around $50,000 to $100,000 annually at the time. The real game changer is her real estate and marriage. When Charlotte receives that incredible Park Avenue apartment, everything changes.
So, this is the pagoda we've been fighting over, huh? It's impressive. You can see why you'd never want to give it up.
That apartment alone could have been worth several $million. Then she marries Harry, a successful attorney. At that point, Charlotte's financial position becomes almost impossible for the others to match. She also spends money very differently. Charlotte isn't chasing trends. She's preserving wealth. She buys quality, she values stability, and she thinks long-term. My estimate for Charlotte's net worth is between $5 million and $8 million. So my final ranking is number 4, Carrie. Number 3, Miranda. Number 2, Samantha. Number 1, Charlotte. Do you agree with my ranking? Who do you think was actually the wealthiest woman in Sex and the City? And if you had to trade financial lives with one of them, who would you choose? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more TV, movie, and pop culture deep dives. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.